Hello, everyone. My name is Tyler. I am an alcoholic. So, you know, living in a van, there's some sacrifices that you have to make, and there are ups and downs, and the freedom of it is fantastic, but it is definitely not all those pretty nice videos with those beautiful people on it, and it's edited so nice, and you know they have the time and money to put into those videos. Um, that's that is not what it is. Okay, just had to get that out there because it's 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 weird, right? Whenever you're living in a van that you've built for $2,000, rather than one of those sprinters, that is a base model, $100,000. Then you're gonna pour another $50,000 into it, plus labor and everything else to make it that gorgeous machine. And I'm so happy for those people, but that's not what it is for the vast majority of people that are living in vans, and it's just that ain't it, man. So I was parking at one of my normal spots, and a cop came and knocked on the door. He says, I'll give you 60 seconds before I give you a ticket. You gotta go. So you gotta go. I'm in the van to save money, and he was very cool about it. And I told him I'm in recovery and I'm sober, and he asked me, well, why are you living in a van? Like, why do you pay rent? Right? What your idea of what these van life people are, these vagabonds. Yeah, sure. A lot of them are fucking vagabonds and have nowhere else to go, and a lot of them are just sleeping in the back of a Toyota Corolla. So I find myself very blessed that I have this guy. My van's name is Farley, by the way. Yes, because first couple weeks I was living in a van down by the river. But I did some improvements on the van today. I got the door locks working, and and a fellow alcoholic helped me to do that. I couldn't have done it without him. I did that just because I didn't do shit. He came out. Now I'm tweaking on it and trying to do whatever I can, and he comes and just, oh, let's, I'm bored too. Let's fucking figure this out. And it was great. Build some camaraderie and some friendship. And that's the beautiful thing you find in these rooms is, I didn't ask for the help. I definitely needed it, but I didn't ask because my pride and ego and I can do it, yeah. But no, I couldn't. I could not figure it out with my fellow. Uh, I got to go to a couple meetings, and then this evening, got to have a nice dinner with some other alcoholics, and then we did a book study, and we went through three paragraphs, and each one of them spoke directly to me. It just describes me to the T, and yet 18 years in, I'm on day 5, day 6, whatever it is. It still works whenever I practice the principles. And that's what I didn't do before. I thought that maybe pot is going to be okay. I'll be okay here because, it's legal here in Colorado, so why not? Even after all the experience that I've had of just trying to smoke pot, I always end up drinking, and then within 12 hours, I'm smoking crack. That's just that my MO. It's what I do. It's what I do best. I'm not ashamed to say that anymore either. I didn't choose that. I didn't choose those reactions, and I don't hold myself to a lower place because of that's who I am. Yes, I'm smoking in a van. Fuck you. It's my van. I can do what I want. I'm grateful for this van and for the program. I'm grateful to have people in my life that, even though I haven't talked to them in 6 months and I've just been, being a hellion, right away, hey man, come on over for dinner. We're having a book study. That's you're never gonna find that anywhere else. And they did that because they understand and they know that it wasn't malicious in any way. I drink, I smoke, and I do drugs without reason. I know for a fact what happens to me every single time I put a substance, a mind-altering, mood-altering substance in my body. Something happens where a book, the big book talks about, they describe it as an allergy. An allergy is an abnormal reaction to a substance. And I remember as a kid, we're sitting out by Lake Ray Hubbard and we're passing around some Keystones. We got some dirty 30s of Keystones and little bottles of E&J brandy that we got off the guy selling all this stuff out of his garage. And I remember I would take a drink and immediately get that, oh yes, I fit in. This is what I've been missing. And everybody else is like, oh, that's disgusting. Oh, it's so bad. And you can see the bitter beer face and everything else. And I had the biggest grin. It made me exactly who I wanted to be. Years down the line, I found out that person that I thought that I wanted to be was the exact person that everybody else just didn't like. And that's why I didn't fit in. And now I don't fit in. Well, I mean, no, sorry. I'm going to go do what makes me feel good. I'm going to go drink, and then once I drink again, I can't stop. That's the allergy. It develops the phenomenon of craving, as our program describes. I don't know if one is going to do it. I don't know if five's going to do it. But I do know it's going to happen. And the only solution that I have to that is absolute abstinence and to try to further and enrich my spiritual life. Whenever I stray away from those two things, I become a completely different person. And it's just, it's devastating, not only for me, but for my family and my friends. My family won't talk to me anymore. With good reason. I remember whenever I was a kid, I got a hatchet, and my closet, my clothes closet, is connected to the liquor closet down the hallway. I had the bright idea to take a hatchet to the wall separating the liquor closet and my closet, and I took a hatchet to it because that's a great idea. No one's gonna notice. No one's gonna notice a hole in the wall the size of my face with the freaking, what did I take? Grand Marnier. I was 15 years old. I took a bottle of Grand Marnier after I hacked a hole into the wall with a hatchet. I drank the whole fucking bottle. That's gross. But it made me feel okay. It made me it made me feel great. Until my mother opened the door to the liquor cabinet and she could, see me sitting in my closet drinking Grand Marnier. Next thing I know, I'm shipped off to my first rehab and was introduced to this wonderful way of life. The rehab didn't really do much except for get some order in my life and had some coloring time, and let's talk about our feelings. Let's color your feelings. It got me clear-headed enough to be able to continue with life, but it did not solve my problem. The only thing that can and ever will solve my problem is a relationship with God. I'm not one to know what God is or anything, and I personally believe that if anyone who does think that they know what God is absolutely ignorant. It is just not comprehending what God what God really is. Or we don't have to seek His love. We don't have to praise Him. We don't have to do anything. God is already here in our hearts, in our minds, in our souls. And all we have to do is reach in and grab the tools that He's set down for us. He's already given us everything. It's our responsibility to be exactly what He wanted us to be. Right? No one else is going to get me sober but me. And I can't do that without everything that God's already given me. I just have to shut up and stop thinking that I know what's going on and that my solution's better. The root of my problem is selfishness and self-centeredness. The only cure to that is other-centeredness. And I can't get that whenever I'm drinking, using drugs. What I get when I do that is a deeper hole into selfishness and self-centeredness. It doesn't work. And for all you people who might stumble upon this video and think that I sound fucking crazy, I just want you to know that I think you're fucking crazy for leaving half a beer on the bar. That doesn't make sense to me. Oh, it pairs well with wine. Oh, it does this. You're fucking nuts. In my alcoholic mind, the only reason to drink alcohol or do drugs is to get completely obliterated and lose this fear and this weight of the world that I think is there, and I want you to like me. I loosen up and I'm a cool guy whenever I'm fucking drinking. That's not the truth either. It's a delusion. Whenever I start drinking and doing drugs, I become your worst nightmare. I'm the guy at the end of the bar throwing quarters at you just because I thought it'd be funny. Don't do that. People don't find it funny. You know, the best part about this program is that it's open to everyone. If you think you have a problem with alcohol or drugs, please come check us out. If you can't relate, stay away. Because you're just going to fuck it up for the rest of us. Because I can't talk to you about these things if you can't relate. You'll never understand, and your advice won't work for me. Tried your advice in rehab. Rehab will get me clean. But getting clean and stopping drinking is not my fucking issue. I am my issue. I need to dig down deep inside of me and just put it all out and be completely honest, open-minded, and willing. When I do those things, when I focus on those things in my life, rather than my career or my girlfriend or how I'm going to do this, everything works out. And all I have to do is keep coming back. One day at a time. I love you guys. Thank you so much for checking in. Like, share, all that other YouTube stuff. You guys have a great night.